New promises and new threats from North Korea. In his New Year's speech, leader Kim Jong-un says he's willing to sit down with President Trump at any time, but Kim also warned that his country could take a new path if the U.S. pushes ahead with sanctions.
If the U.S. does not keep the promise it made in front of the world and misinterprets our people's patience and makes one-sided demands and continues down the path of sanctions and pressure on our republic, then we have no choice but to defend our country's sovereignty and supreme interest and find a new way to settle peace on our peninsula.
Joining me now to discuss this is CNN national security analyst Samantha Vinograd. She served on the National Security Council under President Obama. So, Sam, we just heard from Kim Jong-un. At the same time, President Trump, in his New Year's message, touted his relationship with North Korea as being a big success and that he's in no rush to figure things out over there. I mean, it seems to be a disconnect between these two leaders, at least in the public face that they're presenting to their people.
Well, Ryan, the more things change, the more they stay the same. It may be a new year, but North Korea, and frankly President Trump, isn't taking a new approach. Kim Jong-un is threatening the United States and putting the blame on us and saying that we should lift sanctions, which is one of his favorite things to do, while concurrently continuing to build his nuclear program. Arguably, from an analytic perspective, the threat from North Korea has actually increased over the last 12 months, despite the summit in Singapore, rather than decrease, as President Trump would like to say.
What do you make of the way that Kim Jong-un presented himself in this speech? It seems different. He's in a library. He's wearing a suit as opposed to a military uniform. Does that represent a shift for Kim in terms of how he presents himself to the world?
Well, he was also surrounded by pictures of his family, and we have to remember that this isn't just a message towards President Trump. This is a message domestically as well. And from a domestic perspective, Kim Jong-un has actually done a really good job over the last year. Let's just think about it. He has continued to stockpile fissile material and the stuff that's used to make nuclear weapons. Secretary of State Pompeo said that himself. He is marching ahead with the crown jewel of his nuclear program while continuing to be embraced on a world stage and inching even closer toward integration with South Korea and other world economies. The last thing that he needs to do is convince the United States to lift sanctions so that he can get the economic benefit of this warm embrace from the global community. And that's probably going to be his New Year's resolution.
Okay, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of GMS, which I learned this truth from. And peace and blessings to you brothers who's doing this work in 100% truth and spirit and sincerity. Okay? I'm the brother Yahweh Sap, coming back at you, do my part with pushing this truth. Man, this gotta be the year, okay? Lord willing, this has to be the year, man. I could be wrong, but I really don't see us making it to 2020. We just started 2019, okay? Here it is, we in this government shutdown, okay? SNAP benefits, tax refunds, and jobs are all in jeopardy and crashing to a whole nother level, okay? Remember, like I said, SNAP benefits, tax refunds, and these government jobs, all messed up right now, okay? Then you got this guy, Kim Jong-un, sending a warning to the U.S., saying the U.S., if they don't keep their promise, that's your ass. That's pretty much what he's saying. Which, of course, you know America don't keep promises, okay? They play dirty, all right? Not only that, you got Russia, which has an American Marine locked up in Russia for espionage charges. And if you don't know what espionage is, look it up. But basically, he on some spy shit and doing shit you ain't supposed to be doing in another country. You got this government shutdown that Trump just walked up out that meeting. I believe it was today, where the Democrats and the Republicans are supposed to come to an agreement about this wall, and he just walked out. He ain't even want to hear nothing no more, because it's basically his way or the highway, which we all know all of this is just a setup, man. Yo, it's only January. We ain't even get to February yet, and all this junk is popping off. And look, man, I don't think we're making it to 2020. And I'm not saying that like I want it to go to 2020. Lord willing, this is the year, man. We get delivered up out of here. Okay? Here it is. You got the Democrats and Republicans can't come to any type of agreement, but good. Don't come to no agreement. Let this thing continue. Okay? Let this thing continue. This is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. This really could be the year where we out of here, man. Because just like I heard another brother was saying today, too, which makes sense with this whole government shutdown thing. If this is another way, they probably bring in the chip, man, to try to force people to take the mark of the beast, this microchip. Okay. You know what? But I'm not gonna keep on blabbing. Let me get into the scriptures, man, because the scripture says, if Satan fights against Satan, matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say it, Barbade. Let me just get the scripture, because with it, we're gonna go into that, and we're gonna go into to what's about to happen with these nuclear missiles, man. Okay. Let's get the scripture, which is Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of all Salakia. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, Salakia. This is not the scripture I wanted, but this is good too, because this is what's about to happen anyway. Okay, so let me reread that, because that's the Spirit wanted me to bring this out first. But therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Exactly. This whole thing with the EBT, the tax refund, and all this stuff is only going to start to cause mayhem. Okay, to stir up Jake to start acting a fool, so martial law could come in effect. Okay, and they have a reason to start gunning down Jake's in the street. Because why? Because he's about to come down on us with great wrath. Okay, great wrath. All right, this is it. But this is the scripture that I wanted to bring out. We're gonna go to the book of Matthew 12. We're gonna start at 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Democrats and Republicans, two sides of Satan. Both sides are of Satan. And if Satan cast out Satan, if every kingdom divided against itself, it's not going to stand. And that's what's happening right now. It's not going to stand. And while all of that's going on, you got Russia North Korea, China, okay, these heavy hitters, okay, about to bomb the mess out of the U.S. About to bomb the mess out of the U.S., man. And it's all prophecy, man. They gonna get together and bomb the mess out this place. And you hear what this leader of North Korea said. He said if the U.S. don't keep their end of the deal, that the promise that they made in front of the world, it's gonna be on and popping, basically. And the U.S. is not gonna keep its promise because they don't keep promises. They move like freaking snakes, man. These politicians in the U.S. government are Satan and they snakes, man. Here it is, the third woe. We in the third woe, third world war. And then America's allies is going to turn against her. All right? Here it is, man. Let's go to Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. That's talking about the nuclear missile, okay? And all who do wickedly are going to feel that nuclear missile, man. And let me just stick this in there, too. You got these guys trying to talk bad about Apostle Tahar and the rest of the apostles, okay, Gabar and Apostle Oriam and Apostle Rakar. You got these guys putting up videos and everything, talking bad about them, okay, and going in trying to talk about Apostle Tahar's wife and all of that. Yo, we ain't in that time. We ain't in that time to be talking about this person, that person. Here it is, we in a government shutdown, and shit about to be cut. We about nuclear missiles about to hit this place, and you worried about the next man. See, that's how you know, yo, these guys is nothing but missile food, man. Nothing but missile food, and they're gonna be ones that's gonna be in that stubble, man. They shall be stubble. And this day shall burn them up. You got some nerve. And they don't never want to show their face. You got some nerve talking about the men of the Lord, man. Which most likely, if it wasn't even for Apostle Tahar and on down, they wouldn't even know nothing about this truth. Okay? But enough about them. Let's get back on to the point. All right, we're gonna go hit up Zechariah 14:12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. This is what's coming for y'all, man. Nuclear missiles about to hit this place, and this is what's coming for y'all. Everybody that fought against Jerusalem. All you other, not just these Edomites, not just the so-called white man, all you other nations. All you other nations that had a hand in putting the Lord's people in slavery, that touched the apple of his eye. Okay? All y'all gonna feel it. And that's what's coming right after all this nonsense with this government shutdown and the whole EBT and the tax returns and these jobs. Right after all that, right? Even in the midst of all that, this is what's coming. Because this guy Trump got the... Like, how stupid can you be? You shut down the government and you know you're on the brink of World War III. And you're over here shutting down the government. How stupid can you be? But you know what? It's all in the plan of the Most High. It's all in the plan of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. And with that, I'm going to close and say shalom to you brothers. And keep your head up and let's keep on fighting. We right here, man. Salvation is right here. We about to be out of here. Shalom.